Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur. The most transformative technology, AI or artificial intelligence, has become the talk of the town in 2023. It has made significant contributions to various industries including healthcare, finance, transportation, and many others. So recently, AI has emerged as a critical component in the development of Metaverse too. According to a study by PwC, AI could contribute up to $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. So to know more about artificial intelligence and how it is shaping the metaverse, we have invited Mr. Anshul Rustaggi, founder of Totality Corp. Welcome to 3.0 TV, sir.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here.
It's a pleasure to have you. So according to a global metaverse market intelligence report, Metaverse market is expected to reach $205.3 billion by the end of this year. So what, according to you, is the current scenario of Metaverse and what is it going to be 5 years down the line?
Sure. One thing I would have to say is what we are seeing and what everyone in the industry is seeing is that a little bit of the wind in the sails of Metaverse has been taken away, right? We had a lot of excitement in 2021, in the beginning part of 2022, particularly after Facebook rebranded themselves as Meta. I think since then, once we saw US and the Fed increasing their interest rates, a lot of the funding disappearing for unprofitable startups, we have seen a change with Microsoft shutting down its Metaverse division,
Correct.
Disney shutting down its Metaverse division, and a lot of people asking questions that, this could be the technology of the future, but where is the revenue? Where are the profits, right? So I think the Metaverse hypothesis that it is going to be the future of digital internet definitely remains. However, what has happened is it has been pushed a little further ahead to actually get the utility and the revenue of the users. I think that's point one. Point two is a lot of people thought that the way to consume the metaverse is going to come through VR headsets. So we have, Meta pushing its Oculus. We have Microsoft obviously pushing HoloLens. We had Reliance coming out with Geo glasses, which now has been changed a little bit. The current Geo glasses that have been launched is, closer to a Google Cardboard version where you have to insert your own phone. So I think that adaptation of hardware technology to consume the software of Metaverse is also a little further away. And hence, we are going to maybe see the mass adoption of the Metaverse in 4 to 5 years' time as to what we thought the Metaverse is. I think what we are going to see in the short run in terms of applications, and this is where AI comes in a lot more, is that we are really going to see more applications of the Metaverse on the mobile itself. Obviously, a few large metaverses are Roblox, is Fortnite by Unreal, and we are going to see a lot more of those applications, right? So where AI becomes really, really interesting is that rather than having a persistence, so I need to be connected to my metaverse all the time to interact with someone else, now my AI or my avatar can actually do that in the absence when I'm actually logged in, right? Because my AI and the avatar can actually learn what I do, how I behave, how I talk, what actions do I take, and it can emulate or simulate it when I'm actually not online, so that the other people it's interacting with do not know whether I'm present or not, and it can keep learning from my actions and keep emulating as if I was present, right? So I do think that metaverse adoption will keep growing, but the mass movement everyone is expecting because of hardware constraints is probably still 5 to 10 years down the line.
All right, so we will see mass adoption in 5 to 10 years. And also you mentioned that tech giants, they have shifted, such as Meta, Apple, Microsoft, they have shut down their metaverse divisions and they're also now shifting their focus to AI, artificial intelligence. So what do you have to say about the intersection of AI and metaverse, and what is the role of AI in metaverse?
Right. So absolutely, I think, look, AI is, and this happens with technology, everything comes in cycle. The AI cycle is at its hype right now. I feel very strongly that AI will continue to change our productivity. We all interact with a lot of AI, ML already, whether we fly in planes, whether we interact with Facebook, where your feed is actually curated through ML algorithm. I think the same will happen with the metaverse. So one example I've already given, which is of NPCs, which are non-playable characters. It could be that a company actually creates an avatar, right? So imagine that you are in your office, a lot of people are onboarded digitally. It could even be that they create an NPC character, right? Imagine that if you are an employee in Amul, the Amul girl is a 3D avatar which actually interacts with you. It talks to you, so it's given a particular voice. It's actually smart because, like Chat GPT gives you smart answers, there is no reason why that can't be very easily converted into audio. That technology already exists. So when you're talking to the Amul girl's 3D avatar, as if it's an actual 3D avatar talking to you, but no one is controlling it. It's non-playable character. All its intelligence, all what it says and does is actually developed through AI, through a technology that already exists. And we are now going to start to see more client applications for the same. So this can be applied in corporates. It can be really applied very well for sales. A lot of the sales call, the cold calling that people do, particularly in property markets with insurance, can all be done by AI itself, right? And where the metaverse can come is like we have in shopping as an example, rather than just having an experience that I'm clicking through Amazon, someone can give me assistance, right? Like I walk into a offline or real life store where someone walks up to me and says, "Sir, can I help you? What are you looking for? Let me take you to the right aisle. These are the clothes based on what you have told me that you will like." The same can happen in an Amazon metaverse experience where again an NPC character comes, it's AI powered, ask me my preferences, I just tell them the preferences either by writing text or actually through a voice input, and they can direct me to the right sort of selections and make that process of shopping a lot more personal and a lot more immersive.
So the point I noted here is that AI technology is transforming user experiences across various domains, and be it e-commerce, healthcare, and education. But with AI, one of the greatest fears currently which is circulating is how people will be able to differentiate between what is real and what is not, particularly in digital environments like the metaverse.
Right. So look, there is definitely that debate, right? And here I would say that the question is, rather than whether I can differentiate, the question is more about transparency, right? Now, a lot of us have obviously been answering and have answered a lot of IVR calls, right? Where the voice is human-like, it's a pre-recorded message. It's very clear that it's IVR because it's not emulating itself as a human being, right? I feel the same we do with chatbots. So a lot of us who have gone to a Swiggy, Zomato, and a Uber, help and support, know that we are chatting with a particular chatbot. That a human connection, if needed, is only after we elevate it to a particular level. This increases productivity. It works for the consumer because maybe 90% of the requests we have are already taken care by the chatbot. For the 10% special cases, an actual human involvement is needed. And I think a similar thing will happen with AI, right? So till the time we are disclosed that, hey, you are talking to, let's call it a synthetic human, I don't think people will have a problem, right? Because let's say I call a real estate company and all I want is to get more information about a real estate project. Does it really need me to require an actual human behind? Probably not. But maybe when I'm negotiating on the price, I would rather, and I want to close the deal, then I actually want a human involvement, right? There, I think what companies would develop is 90% of the call, the large bulk, will be handled by synthetic humans, which are AI powered. And the smaller bulk of the calls, which require human interaction, will actually be then handled by humans. And I think rather than worry about, hey, can I differentiate with it? I think companies themselves will tell you that this is AI powered. You are actually talking to an AI powered human or a synthetic human. And now you're actually talking to a real human, whether it's a phone call or obviously in a real life meeting, it will be very evident whether you're talking to a robot or you're talking to an actual human itself. But as we move more and more use cases get handled by AI powered machines, which will be cheaper, more productive, do not have bandwidth issues, right? Like I right now as a real human, I'm only able to do this one video interview at a time, but my actual avatar, in the future, may be able to do a million of these interviews at the same time. Till the time the user is told that, till the time it doesn't matter to them, I don't think there is a problem. So I think the fear of, the fact that we can't recognize between an AI and an actual human only comes for the cases of fraud and scams, which obviously will be a cat and mouse game, right? Yes, are there going to be more bots which are AI powered? The answer is that's already happening. Unfortunately, that will continue to happen. And online security will be a cat and mouse game, chasing it and upgrading itself.
So, along with this technology comes certain challenges too. As Jeffrey Hinton, godfather of AI, and recently he quit Google to spread awareness against dangers of artificial intelligence, and also Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, has also agreed that there is a need to regulate AI. So, what do you think? Is AI a threat to humankind, and can it displace jobs across countries?
Okay. Um, so this is obviously a very philosophical argument, right? Like what you're rightly saying, even Elon Musk is in the camp that, look, AI can suddenly overtake human intelligence. See, what you have to understand where AI is right now is it learns its intelligence from what is already being produced by humans, right? So whether it's autofill of your words, whether it's correction of words, whether it's chat GPT, the limit is the intelligence we already have. It cannot create new information and new intelligence, at least not so far. So that's point number one. I think from most of the books I'm reading, the secondary research from most of the people I'm talking to in the US, the general theory is that we are still away, as in 2050 is approximately the year when people feel that AI will start creating new information like humans. So we still have some time. That's point one. And maybe 2 decades is too small a time, or 25 years is too small a time for us to not worry about it today. But it's not happening tomorrow. It's not happening next year, right? So we have 20, 25 years before that happens. One. Two, I think this also presupposes that AI will overtake humans, that suddenly AI, we switch on the button, AI gets all the intelligence of the world itself, and in one shot, it moves up, right? This AI change is incremental, right? Like the planes we fly in are mostly flown by AI and ML, right? Human pilots are in control, they can override it. And something similar will keep happening with AI models, right? The fact that I interact with a chatbot doesn't mean that a human can't come and overrule what the chatbot has said. And I think that's the way we will start developing AI systems, right? The last thing I will say on it, so is that the reason we want to dominate, right? So humans, chimpanzees, monkeys, I'm now making another philosophical argument. We want to dominate each other because the person who is at the top of the society has the most amount of survival, right? This is not a competence need, i.e., the person who dominates us, whether it's in politics, whether it was the kings, are not the smartest, the fastest, and the strongest people. They are people who have the biggest desire to dominate, the society, right? So just because AI is going to be smarter in terms of intelligence versus a human, let's say in 2050, does not mean that it will automatically want to dominate us. It will need to have reasons to want to dominate us, right? Movies like Terminator, etc., will show that AI started to dominate us, or machines started to dominate us because they were fearful that, oh my God, humans will kill us. So let us kill them first before they kill us. The same was the case with Matrix, as an example, right? But if you're going to develop AI with the purpose of being productive to humans, right, they will not override that particular outcome to just want to dominate us. Because this want and desire is something that has evolved with certain species like humans, like chimpanzees or monkeys. It's not the case with a lot of other species, right? You don't see a lot of birds killing each other to just become the leader of birds. So just because you have the competence doesn't mean you have the desire to actually overpower or dominate the other people. So I think all three reasons, um, AI overtaking human intelligence is still 20, 25 years away. Two, we will program AI incrementally. It will not happen in one go. Three, we will program within the AI and machines the desire to help human, not dominate. And so this desire to dominate is not going to come automatically, right? I think that's a fallacy in my view. Of course, the difficulty in all of this, which is what Sam Altman says, is this is how we are programming the AI, but there is a lot of emergent, which is called emergent thinking and emergent processes. Some of the things AI is doing are not things we have programmed them for. So
So,
there
which
is
is why it
definitely a
needs to be
non-zero
regulated.
risk. there is definitely a non-zero risk that AI comes and dominates us, even though we have programmed it not to. But I don't think that means that we should stop that progress.
Well, all right. So thank you so much, sir, for being on 3.0 TV and sharing your views and knowledge with our viewers. It was really great having you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and I had a great interaction. Thank you.
So this was Mr. Anshul Rustaggi, founder of Totality Corp. He shared insights on the overall Web3 space, artificial intelligence and Metaverse. Keep watching 3.0 TV. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. And for more such updates, please log on to our website www.3versetv.io or scan the QR code. This is me, Vishakha Thakur, signing off.